everybody. You're listening to What Are You Doing in Denmark, the podcast that helps you make Denmark make sense. My name is Derek Hartman, and our guest today is Jacob Taarnhøj.
He's made a name for himself on stage across the country in both Danish and English. He's known for finding humor in the everyday quirks of Danish life, from yoga class to awkward small talk. He's one of the key people bringing English language comedy to Denmark.
And this is perhaps what makes him even cooler, because he's done that all as a Dane.
Well done.
Thank you.
Welcome, Jacob. Thanks for being on with us.
Well, thank you for letting me be here. It's very nice, and I love that you actually made printed out a paper with the things we're going to talk about, which make you the most researched podcast in the world. No, I also have it, so...
Yeah, no surprises. We're not going to... This isn't ambush journalism.
Like we're three news anchors sitting across from each other, battling out the news. But that's a very nice introduction. Thank you.
So obviously you are from Denmark. You are from Odense on Fyn.
Obviously on my dialect.
Based on your appearance.
Yeah.
But would you tell our listeners a little bit about yourself and your background?
Yes. Is it on this paper?
We've got your CV right here.
We've researched you. Please just think about yourself.
Okay, tell a little about myself. Yeah, well, I'm Jacob. I'm from a place called Odense in Denmark originally, and I've lived in other places like Copenhagen now. I lived in Aarhus and Aalborg, and I've done stand-up for 13 years, and in Danish, and then maybe 11 years ago, I started doing it in English also. And then I met you, Conrad.
Yes.
In
Aarhus, yeah.
And we thought, why not make an English open mic scene in Aarhus? So we did that. And the rest is very obscure history.
But it's also printed here.
Yes, of course. Yes, it's documented. Yeah.
And you've also performed in Norwegian, is that right? In Oslo? I remember you telling me at one point at a festival?
Well, actually at the comedy club up there called Latter. I performed a couple of times there. Been up there performing. Yeah, in Norwegian.
That's amazing.
That is amazing. I amazed myself by doing that because I couldn't speak Norwegian. So actually the first time I spoke Norwegian was on the stage. But I thought it's not that different from Danish, but...
Did they feel differently?
No. I mean, I think that's a beautiful thing, learning performing in other languages, that you learn that humor is pretty universal, but sometimes you just don't understand. I mean, and I did not even in Norwegian. It was like I actually feel better performing in English, because when I perform in English, I understand when I don't understand myself. So I understand when I say something that is not understandable. But in Norwegian, it felt like, just saying a spell. And then hopefully people would laugh, and then so that was like starting over again. But it was very funny, and some nights it went very great, very good, and some nights it was awful. And that's yeah.
And next will be Spanish.
No, I don't.
See.
Oh, no.
Yeah, the next part of the podcast will be in Italian.
We've written down that you will be speaking in Spanish.
Yes, I will then. Yeah. No, Spanish, I'm not. Maybe, I mean, German, I would love to do stand-up in German at some point, yeah.
I'm curious, do you approach it differently? Because one thing that stuck out to me was saying that you can kind of be aware in English because, you are...
Yeah,
operating often in both English and Danish. Obviously, Danish is your mother tongue. So when you write, do you approach it differently?
Well, I mean, because I do a lot of Danish stand-up, I mostly just translate my Danish jokes into English, and as much of it that can be translated. And sometimes, if I'm in a flow where I do a lot of English open mics or shows, I might start writing jokes in English, but no, mostly it's just the regular. You have a joke, you think of something funny, you see something, you blurb it out your mouth, and then it materializes at some point in a joke. Yeah.
I watched your latest special on TV2.
Oh yeah.
And what I think is so lovely about your comedy, like especially as a Dane, is you talk a lot about Danish wordplay and have fun with the language, which is really interesting to watch, because a lot of Danish comedy that you see is just, standard, it might be observational, but it's in Danish. But you're actually a Dane talking about Danish in Danish to Danes.
Oh yeah.
And it's you're one of the few Danish comedians I know that kind of does that, and he does it really well.
Okay, thank you. Well, that was the last one with the diaries.
Yeah, exactly.
There were wordplays in that one. Yeah,
but the thing is, I had to watch it with subtitles, and I understood 50% of what was going on.
Well, like the subtitles, I don't write the subtitles. So,
like, God, these subtitles he's made are very good.
Yeah. Might be the subtitle man's comedy show you've read.
I'm like, this guy's really good. This guy's really good.
But that's very nice. So okay, but you. Some of that I have actually translated some of that show, a little of it. I started like translating some of that, but the thing is, like that show is about my great grandmother's diaries, which I found when my granddad died, and so I started reading them, and then eventually I started doing comedy about them. But I just read because it's like some of it like old Danish language or old, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I actually translated some of those jokes, but that's very hard because some of the words used in there, which is like, it's a joke. You learn when you do stand-up in different languages that there are certain words that are punchy or that have a a good joke enders, or they're laughing words. Yeah, laughing words.
Because they're like versatile words to use. Like
no, they just have like a
emphasis.
But there's like a word in that Danish show, which is about. It's like a cucumber, which is what is it? Like I don't know the English word. It's like pickled. A pickle, but kind of. It's called Asia in Denmark, and Asia. Do you know Asia?
Yeah, they're lighter green, and aren't they more round? And you have them in a jar and you eat them.
Yeah, but they are a cucumber sort.
Yeah,
one of the
big cucumber
family.
But it's like a pickle, but it's
it's kind of. But the word in Danish, which he wrote in the diary, just has a good feel to it. It just feels comedy-like. So I had to find a similar word in English when I translated that. And then somebody suggested gherkin, which is a great word, comedy word, a gherkin. Yeah. And it actually, it fitted right in what she wrote. It was a very good translation. But then it turns out that mainly British people know a gherkin.
Yeah, it's kind of a bit obscure, isn't it?
Yeah, like where you're from in...
So I'm from the East Coast in the U.S., so like Philadelphia. But yeah, we would probably just say cucumber, maybe zucchini. Yeah. Instead of we would never say aubergine. We would never say gherkin would be.
No, but it will have divided the audience. I could see when I tested that. I could see like the East Coast of America was they didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. It was So,
but that's something you actually taught me really early on, because I remember when we started the English shows in Aarhus that a lot of obviously we had a big pool of Danish comedians to call upon.
Yeah.
And some of them are very brave and came to perform, but a lot of them said no, and their main reason was, it's not my first language, I don't feel comfortable. And what you realise when you do open mics in Denmark is it's not the first language of most of the audience.
No.
Yeah.
So you go up there and you say gherkin, and everybody, unless they come from England, they'll be like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, so like if you have people, we had a lot of Romanian people, I remember.
Yeah.
They're very funny people. I believe we had a lot of comedians also there, but that sets a bar for the language. So you have to it has to be a word that everybody can understand when you translate it, right?
Yeah.
So
I did a show the other day where I was promised 1,500 Danes and 25 Polish people turned up. And that was interesting because the organizer came up to me and said, please speak slowly. Some of these people don't speak English. And I just took my comedy notebook and I just began ripping it apart. And I was like, okay, hello.
Why would they understand it slowly if they didn't understand it
very slowly?
Please drag out this long,
yes,
not understandable thing you're going to do for,
Now they don't understand it, but it's more unpleasant to hear because you're speaking so slowly.
And everyone else is now bored. Perfect. But for people who are new to Denmark, what's something they will only understand after they've been living in Denmark for a while?
Or for people who are new, again, I've been living here for my whole while, if you can say that.
Yeah.
So and that's something sometimes I envy when you have like a fresh view of this place where you can see stuff that I can't. But what again? What number are we? Question are we?
Is there anything that you think it takes a little time for somebody to understand after they have been here for a little while?
I guess. Yes, I guess the drinking culture is a big thing, but it depends on where you're from. If you're from Lithuania, you'll fit in right away. And Denmark and Lithuania, we have a very strong bond on
Liver transplants.
The Baltic Sea is just all beer.
So, if you're from especially the youth culture. At least when I was a young guy, then we drank a lot. We had the European record in youth drinking. Proudly.
Never went to get the medal. Too hungover.
Oh, yes, too hungover.
But you yourself, you have stopped drinking. Haven't you been sober for a very long time now?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You have a great joke about being given a rack of not of shots but of orange juices in a bar.
Oh yeah, that was
as a kind of a method for young people to include you when you were at the bar in a very.
No, that was like a humiliating stunt from that happened in Aarhus.
Oh, no.
Yeah, well, that actually became like a bit, which resulted in sometimes people have come to me.
Oh no way!
Serving like 10 shots of orange juice to me in a club. That's very sweet of them, but also very annoying.
That was fun to realize that. Just the fact that you can get 10 shots for like 100 kroner.
Oh yeah,
it's very. That was very shocking. I think when I first arrived too, because even something that's pretty strong like a whiskey or something like that, of being able to get 10 shots of it for the equivalent of like 15 euro was just blew my mind. Like, wow, they are really just giving away the house with this. But it makes sense now that I've been here for a while.
But like the high school movies, they always drinking.
Oh yeah, they have these big red cups.
Yeah, well, that's. I mean, that to me makes sense. I can understand that. Just a red cup of beer, but it's just so cheap. I think to have that kind of shot culture. Yeah, is.
But that's a method of getting there fast.
Yeah.
It's fast tracking.
Liquor's quicker.
Yeah. But I haven't drank alcohol for, I don't know, 18 maybe years, 19, I don't know. Yeah,
that's really good.
That's really good. Yeah,
it's really good. Must be good to your health.
Well, I guess the first half year is the worst, because you're used to drinking when you're partying, and then suddenly you have to like mentally switch your mode to party mode with nothing but just your
vibes.
your vibes. Yeah, but that's it. Like the first times you're doing that, you think, what? I mean, the first Friday where I, where it was normal. Now we start drinking. It's 4 in. No, it's 4 in the afternoon. So now it's a Friday's bar, and then I just stood there at the journalism school or somewhere, and had to like, what am I going to do now? But it was actually very easy when you just get into it. So
the one thing I think is a bit hard on non-alcohol drinkers is the prices. That's what confuses me, because if you go, I've seen you on a night out, and you buy it, and you still have to pay 30-40 kroners for a non-alcoholic drink. I feel like they should give that to you for free. I'm sorry, but if you go to the bar and be like, I'm not having a cocktail, I'm having soda with lemon in it.
And that'll be the least of your worries all night too, because I'm not going to be any problem.
What? Some places, they actually do give it for free. Like I've tried that in Denmark where you get into a bar and they've never served. This is maybe like 5-10 years ago where now it's more common, but like where they never served the non-alcohol thing to a customer.
They don't have it. They're like, what do we?
What do you mean no alcohol?
I was at the Turner Festival last week, which is like in it's the deep south of Denmark, and very very nice people. But I just knew when I went to a bar and you order an non-alcoholic drink, the whole system collapses, like the whole electronic system. Like the guy, they have to use like 5 extra minutes of figuring out where to press, and they have to get in more people. Yeah. And so I've tried actually some places where they just give it to you for free. Well, okay, here have some liquid. So you're starving.
I always joke when I get a Dansk, like when I just get like a soda water or whatever you call it, wherever you come from.
I love that word.
Yeah, oh, it's the best word. Yeah, but when I usually like a skinny bitch, like so a Dansk, like a vodka and soda or a Dansk and vodka, and when I drink it, just a Dansk, I just call it a virgin skinny bitch, and which I guess is just Dansk, but
actually, I still don't know how to order a Dansk.
Yeah, just say a virgin skinny bitch. They'll know.
Yeah, I should that because what's it called? It's called.
Sometimes you call it soda, don't you?
Everybody's a little different. Yeah, I think we would just call it soda water.
And sparkling water.
And sparkling water would be
water with gas.
Water with gas.
That's my absolute favorite.
Gas, that's great.
Because nobody outside of Denmark says that. It's so good. I want a water with gas.
No, in Spanish it's agua con gas. Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean,
I told you to get to Spanish.
Yeah. There you go.
I mean, talking about how much we've, how much alcohol we drink in Denmark. I mean, sparkling water shouldn't be called Danskvand. I mean, Danskvand should be snaps.
Yes,
really, that should be the. I mean, why would you call non-alcoholic drink Danskvand? I don't see the point in that.
And aquavit literally means water of life, right? I think that's where the origins are.
Danskvand?
No, aquavit.
No, aquavit.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think it's Latin for the water of life.
Yeah.
Which is ironic.
Yeah. It's, it give and take life.
But you like some false advertising.
Give and take. But you have a great joke where you say not drinking alcohol in Denmark is like being a homosexual in Iran. And I imagine that must actually...
Yeah, or a woman.
Yeah.
It's something, yeah.
But like on a very real level, I imagine that actually might be quite... Because I can imagine if you're on a night out and you just want to enjoy yourself and you obviously are not drinking, don't you get a lot of people coming over to you being like, come on, have a beer, drink this, do this. Why don't you drink? Do you know what I mean? I feel like maybe you just get into this cycle of can we talk about something else?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but that's why. I mean, no, but most people don't notice it. Or like all people don't know. So it was. I mean, the worst part was your friends. The better the friends, the longer it took them to acknowledge that I didn't drink. They pushed me. They tried to get me to drink again.
That's a true friendship.
No, I'm not even kidding. Yeah. We had like dinners who turned into like a what's it called that when you. You have to turn somebody around and you meet up like a surprise.
Oh, like an intervention.
Yeah, intervention.
Like a reverse intervention. You're not drinking enough.
Yeah, for real. I had like a reversed intervention where you start drinking again, Jacob. You start drinking again, and so
your sobriety is affecting me in the following way. I have nobody to hang out with.
No, but really, I've met people who I've known for like afterwards, who I've known for 5-6 years, who then noticed that I didn't drink alcohol. Like after 5, yeah. There was like a guy who said like I think I knew him for 5 years. He said like, what? So you were sober on Saturday? I said yeah. Oh my god. Oh, I'm sorry. That was so embarrassing. And then you have to explain to him. I haven't drank alcohol for 10-15 years. I've been to like 20 Roskilde festivals, and I've been to like I've going out like almost. I mean, that was like a rule I did for myself when I started not drinking alcohol. Welcome to Denmark. But that was I still have to go out as much and go to as many parties, whatever. So you can't impress me with being drunk. You really have to like stand out and when you are the only way people know that I don't drink alcohol if they offer me some alcohol and I have to decline it, because otherwise, like when you've gone out for like 3-4 months, you will know how to you'll get a lot more energy when you're out, and you go to the dance floor and you dance and you. I mean, nobody suspects. So nobody suspects that when you've gone out for some months, you will look drunk, I guess.
Would you say there was more or less pressure to drink when you are obviously performing many nights a week? A lot of comedy venues do serve alcohol or are just basically bars that have a comedy night. Was that difficult at first, or was that maybe easier because you got to sort of see everybody else carrying on? And
well, I mean, I did when I started performing or doing stand-up. I hadn't drank alcohol for some years already, so it's just like
past that point anyway.
Yeah, really. I mean, but I think maybe it was a good thing, because I think if I had drank alcohol at that point, I could maybe have turned into a so-called alcoholic. Because
slash comedian.
No, but there were comedians who ended and then luckily got out of the other way, but who kind of became alcoholic because that's your, in some kind you can say that's your pay when you're on an open mic. Yeah. You get like 3 drinks in the bar, and you're already out. It's like Monday night, Tuesday night, and your workplace is at a bar, so.
And you can drink and perform. Yeah. And people do.
People do, yeah.
That's the thing. Yeah. It's really crazy. I feel like it's such a strange lifestyle to be a part of, because it's so easy to slip into.
Yeah.
Just drinking constantly and performing. And you can drink in front of the other people. And everybody's constantly drunk. And it's okay. Everything is okay.
Everybody's happy.
It's really crazy.
You can justify being out 3 or 4 nights a week having drinks, which to some people would be way too much, or would be looked at not great if you're going out 5 nights a week for drinking heavily. But when you're doing it and you are in essence working, you look at it as part of the gig.
Yeah.
Maybe you have the same experience. I sometimes do private gigs, and they assume that you will drink alcohol. So I will arrive, and the amount of places where I arrive, and they'll be like, okay, you want something to drink? And I'll just say water. And like, you don't want a beer?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no. And even if you respond with, I'm driving, they'll say, oh, just have one. Yeah, like, of course you have to. You have to drink. It's so intense. And sometimes you're performing, and they give you drinks. They'll be like, julefrokost, people are drunk. Give the comedian a drink. It's really intense. It's
Have
like
you tried that on stage where somebody would hand you a drink?
Yeah.
Oh.
But very drunk people. I had that at, I think it was Holbro Football Club. I did a show for them.
Oh, Holbro?
Yeah.
Holbro Football Club?
Extremely drunk. I mean, not the team. The team were at home counting their money, but it was all the other people. But you're on stage and people are passing beers up to you.
Yeah.
But that's the only way I try to separate a little bit. I try not to drink before I go on stage, especially if it's not a professional performance. I don't drink before, because I've had just bad experiences before. Because I've made the mistake of being like, I have a beer, and then I'm off my game, and the show is not good.
I heard like there was a comedian which I heard like the rumor first that he would down 3, big beers, lagers, whatever. 3 pints he would down before going on stage.
Brilliant.
Like, and I didn't believe it to start out with, but then one day I was in the backstage, which was a kitchen, and then I witnessed the phenomenon. Like it was just like 3 half liters of beers lined up, and he would down them, and then we would go to stage. And, wow.
Did he have a good show though?
No, he never had. No, I don't know, but no. But it's like one of those things where you want to say you don't have to do that. Yeah. Well, why do you get rid of that? That's stupid. Just go up and be funny. Yeah. You're there. So,
talking of funny, do Danes laugh at different things than internationals and other people?
Oh yes, they laugh at horrible accidents.
That's why they're trying to give you. That's why they're trying to give you beer before you when they know you're driving.
I'm driving.
Yeah. That'll be funny. Crash.
Although, in all seriousness, Danes have a very dark sense of humor sometimes. And it gets very dark.
I think so.
Yeah.
It's quite fun.
Yeah. Again, I am a Dane, so I might not be able to see that from the outside. What if Danes have a different? I would though say that again, as we talked about, that I don't think that at least the people. I mostly performed in Denmark for international people, but I don't think that that their humor is that different from Danish. So it seems like 90% is the same as everybody else in the world. I think so, yeah. And again, there's like regional differences, and also I think like really like comedy experience differences. Like if people haven't seen a lot of comedy, stand-up comedy, maybe they will tend to laugh more of very simple, jokey jokes. And I think that's probably also a universal thing, that because, then it has to really look like a joke before they laugh. But I don't know if Danes are that different. I don't think so. But I think the Danish humor is a lot like the British humor and like the Scandinavian, British, North European humor. Yeah. I've heard, but that's maybe just a prejudice that I've heard.
I think something that I hear a lot is that there's sort of fewer taboos. That there's just not a lot of places you can't go as long as you approach it the right way.
Yeah, but something funny about like when American comedians come to Denmark, I've seen them perform and doing very well, but then they'll go into like a religious bit.
Oh yeah,
and it's just not very controversial in Denmark. So it will feel slightly less on edge, and it will feel a bit weird to talk about religious, because there aren't really any like religion is very free in Denmark. So maybe on a topic level, it's different.
Yeah, that can make sense. I also feel like it's I don't know. I feel like that's one area in Denmark, at least, that people often tell me that that's sort of just more of a private thing. Like religion would be. I mean, it's not that it's something you can't joke about, but it's something that's just like, whatever. Keep that maybe to yourself, but.
I don't think we're very religious.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really register as funny or not funny.
I mean, even when I perform for very religious people, they've seemed also to like accept the fact that you can just joke about anything.
Yeah,
we don't care. You can make fun of our belief or whatever. That's usually the case. There was one place they say just don't swear, which is okay.
That's tough.
No, that's fine. Yeah.
It's funny because I have this feeling I try to watch a lot of Danish stand-up, so I try to engage with it, and I notice patterns, and I think Jantelov is in there, and I think there is a humility, and that when people perform, it's the classic with comedy, where you have to put yourself down before you put others down.
Yeah.
You kind of have to bring it. But the thing that then confuses me is you get very divisive comedians, like international comedians. I think about Jim Jeffries, I think about Ricky Gervais, who in their home countries are incredibly polarizing. Because in British culture, some people hate Ricky Gervais because he's so arrogant. And some people adore him. And then he sells out stadiums in Denmark, and so does Jim Jeffries. He's about to come to the Concert Huset again.
Oh, yeah.
And I find it so strange. I wonder if they get like a free card from Danes who are like, we can watch very arrogant other people from other countries come, because Jim Jeffries spends his whole time walking around on stage and telling everybody else that they're an idiot and that he knows everything and understands everything. There's no humility. But I have a feeling the Danish audience is being like, but you're not a Dane, so it's okay.
Yeah, that's funny there. Yeah, because I really want to be an arrogant asshole.
Yeah.
And I don't get a free card.
Then you need to go to Australia.
Damn it. I don't. That might be true, that you have to like put yourself down, and you. Yeah. I mean, we definitely cheer for the underdog in Denmark. But I don't. Maybe also in other places people do that. But it's funny that you mentioned Jim Jeffries and Ricky Gervais, that they.
They're very successful.
Yeah, they are.
The more smaller comedians, I mean, I can't imagine Eddie Izzard selling. I'm sure he would sell tickets.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't think that he would sell at the same level.
You don't think so? I think he would be...
No, I don't know. I mean, Gervais has done Royal Arena and whatnot.
Oh, yeah. Gervais is very big. But I think that's also because of his... The Office is very big in Denmark.
Yeah, it's true. It's hard to balance exactly what it is. I just find it so strange. I see the posters and think... Just like, the Danish people are into this.
There isn't. Yeah, that's right. There isn't a lot of Jantelov in their performances, which is cool.
Yeah. But, I can see the sparkle in your eyes.
No, but it is that's a funny observation. Nice.
Maybe it's looked at as like it's a little bit of a caricature. Like they are intelligent enough to realize as an audience that it's sort of it's not a bit, but it's sort of the persona.
Yeah, I was watching Anthony Jeselnik in Denmark. He's very good, a very good comedian, and he plays like a persona kind of that makes it possible for him to do some very harsh jokes, and which is for the comedy community, it's both good and bad, because there are new comedians who tried really because you would love him as a comedian also, but then they try to copy him, and they just need the they can't play that persona, or they can't be that kind, and then they just come off awful, and then people are actually depressed after they've seen them. They can really drag a show. If you try to do the Anthony Jeselnik thing and you don't pull it off, then it's horrible. But he's like I feel like that Danes really like him also. Like
I feel like for an American comedian, he's always who I go to, and I think of an American comedian who can do comedy that would work really well in Denmark. Like that's, I think, the prototype, because he's so dark, but he does it in a way that's not threatening and lets you figure it out. He does a lot of the wordplay stuff. I mean, Anthony Jeselnik was making 9/11 jokes in like 2002 on Comedy Central. Like, I mean,
2 months before 9/11. It was weird, but
you know too much about this.
But
he just doesn't break that. That style. But I think it's one of those things that works for him.
It's very good, but I feel like he also was in Derek and Conrad, Huset, this second time he was in Denmark, and sold out, and was brilliant. So
Talking of international comedians coming to Denmark, one thing I've really been trying to observe every time I go to see one is how they relate their experience here to their comedy show. And I've realised something. I went to see Celeste Barber. She's very funny. She did a show at Falconer Sale. And what she did, which I really appreciated, is she went on stage and she didn't pretend she knew anything about Denmark. She didn't. She didn't go up there and be like, Huga and Christian's Houndsukel and I saw pastries, because I got this feeling from her where she was like, that's so inauthentic. I like it when the comedian has done something. Of course, they've walked around Copenhagen and made some funny observation. Yeah. But I really hate it when they're on a massive tour, and tomorrow they're going to Oslo or whatever. And they act like they are something to do with Denmark. And you can feel on the Danish audience that the Danish audience is like, you don't know anything about Denmark, because if you had asked one Danish person fucking anything, you would realize Newhound does not represent all of Denmark.
No, there was like, I think it was Chris Rock who did a show in Royal Arena. Great show. But then he had one bit where he was supposed to what's called compare to a Danish ghetto area or something, just a ghetto area. So he just got a name from, I guess, somebody who had been in Denmark 20 years ago, and then he did that location he said that in the joke, and people were like, what is that? That's, and then of course is that called gentrification?
Oh, okay, yeah. No,
that had happened, and so this location was now the most expensive place to live.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Oh, the ghettos of Nørrebro. It was Nørrebro.
It was Nørrebro. Yeah. And people were, well,
that's the 70s, dude.
I would love to live there. Yeah.
I got priced out of that neighborhood 5 years ago.
No, but I see, like, if you have a joke that really that's jokes mostly relies on specifics. Yeah. That's sometimes the most frustrating thing when you translate a joke to another language, that you have to get a specific of the other, language that resembles the specific of your own language, and which is the other people understand. So it's like a very it's like you have to go from specific to abstract to back to specific to translate it. So I see sometimes that's very hard to.
But that's what I love about your humor, because often when I'll meet you backstage, you'll have a very specific thing that you want to know about, like what word would you use for this. But what I love about your comedy on stage is actually the not knowing and the trying to like find a place for it inside Danish mixed with English is a great way, because the audience then can relate to you. Because all the Danes are like, I didn't know that word in English.
Oh yeah,
right? And all the internationals are like, we didn't know that word in English. What the fuck is a gherkin?
Yeah.
You know what I mean, I think you do it really well.
I still don't know what a gherkin is, so that's we'll have to talk offline.
Sometimes you have to stand on stage and kind of like look for it. That's a good thing about open mics in international. You could just ask the audience. Do you know this word? Do you know? I did something about Royal Run.
Yeah.
I did a joke about that in Danish. Recently, I had to translate it, and then I thought because in Danish we have motionsløb, which is like recreational run, or like what would you say, like fitness run. We have these fitness run where it's not a marathon, it's not a half marathon. It's just like I'm a half alcoholic person who eats a lot. I'm a good old Danish person, but I want to say that I've run 1 kilometer. And then can I run 1 kilometer officially? Yes, you can in Denmark, and we call it like a motionsløb, and it's but I don't know the word in English. And I've asked different places. Like I think I asked people from maybe it was Arizona or Texas or something like that. I think it was Austin. But I just can't remember the word. Maybe fun run.
I was going to say fun run is what I would think of. Yeah,
I said fun run. Yeah.
I think fun run, but that doesn't. That word wouldn't. I don't think anybody would use that word. It's just a weird thing when you think about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just remember you asking me about the motionsløb at the backstage.
I did ask you.
You were asking me about it, and I remember saying, I think a marathon, and your response was, no, a marathon is a very specific distance. And in that moment, I realized that a marathon is a very specific distance, because I think Danes are so health conscious and actually go running. And in Britain, we're like, we didn't measure how long we ran, but it felt like a marathon. We just always call it a marathon.
That felt like 42 kilometers and 130 meters.
A marathon is like when they show reruns of Friends all day on a certain television. That's the only marathon I know. The closest I'll get.
That's a marathon.
We don't have so much time, so can we leave you with one last question? Where should...
How many questions did we get to?
We got to 3.
But
we talked about a lot.
We talked about a lot,
so it is all good.
Oh, there's 21 questions.
Are there?
21
you got even more questions than us. But I want to...
Can I take this with me home?
Yeah, sure.
And answer them in private?
You can text us.
Yeah, thank you. I'll text you.
We want to know... we really want to know, where should internationals go if they want to experience stand-up comedy in Denmark? Where do you recommend?
So it's like a teaser for going out and watching English stand-up in Denmark. Oh yes, there's many opportunities.
As one of the founding fathers of English language.
Jacob Taarnhøj.dk is a great starting point.
We'll be in the show notes and description.
Yeah, we'll have even more audience at my shows who don't get what I'm talking about. Thank you.
What's
doing a fun run?
Yeah, a fun run. No, yes. First of all, you will have to move to Aarhus or Copenhagen. And after you've done that, you will go in Aarhus. You will go to Albert's. It's each Sunday night. That was what we started.
We did.
That was when we started English. Yeah. Almost the English language in Denmark. We started it at.
We did
on Sundays.
But it was your conviction. I said once a month, and you said no. We can do it every Sunday, and you were totally right.
And you went away to Canada.
Yeah.
And when you came back, I had. I expanded it.
No way.
So yeah.
That's amazing.
So then,
Conrad, it's going great.
We can do that. And then in Copenhagen, there's lots of different places. I would say some of the more, Knock Knock Comedy Club. Each Tuesday has an open mic. They have shows in the weekend. Then you have Citizen, a cocktail bar every second Thursday. There's English open mics, and now I'm forgetting stuff. Then there's a Proud Mary on Mondays, and I think No Stress on
Stress
Wednesdays, and also Mellemrummet every other second day Wednesday. And there's a new thing that I've heard about called Nørrebro Comedy Cellar.
Yes.
Which will open very soon, and we don't know how it's going to be, but the guy, Tim Ford, who's starting it up and running it, he's a very good comedian, but also a very cool guy. So I'm sure that's going to be a success. So also check out Nørrebro Comedy Cellar. Yeah, and in Aalborg and Odense, you will go down to your local venue. Bus stop. And
Go to the central bus
You'll
station.
stay at the bus station, and you will bang the door and say, "We want English comedy. Please start it, book it for us." Yeah.
And if people want more of you, specifically your comedy and more of you, where can they go for that?
Well, they'll have to listen to it on TV2 Play in Danish. Read the good subtitles, which I don't know who wrote it.
Man called Jacob Taarnhøj wrote them.
Lot of wordplays I hear. Don't remember that from the show, but that's in the subtitles there will be a lot of wordplays, and also wait a couple of years, then I might do something in English. You already release some of my English jokes. Some of my more simple ones. Yeah, you can hear them in this podcast.
I think you should use this opportunity to announce your new taping of your English show that you're planning, that you weren't aware of until I mentioned it just now.
Yes, I will announce that now. That will probably happen.
We would love that. We would seriously love that. You have performed so much in English. You have so much great material in English.
Oh, thank you.
I would love to see that.
Yeah. When at some point, cool.
Great. And Jacob, thank you so much for your time today. For giving us these.
Yeah, thank you for doing the podcast and also doing comedy. It's always. You also started doing stand-up. That's
yes,
so good.
of course.
So great. So cheers for us.
Tak for i dag.
Tak for det.
Selv tak.
Thanks for listening and watching, everybody. Hej hej.
Dansk mand.
Gherkin.